This is Kevin Dorsey, aka KD. I'm the VP of Inside Sales at PatientPop. I have roughly 120 or so reps that roll up under me, about 60, 70 in sales dev and another 30 in closing roles and management roles. Yeah, so I've implemented it at 3 companies now in a row, and it's just a zero hesitation. My show rates are always higher with Chili Piper. My book rates are always higher with Chili Piper, and the management and the communication of things like the reminders. So that's why it's a no-brainer. It's easy. It makes it easier for the prospect, easier for the rep, and the results are there. So one of the bigger challenges was distribution of opportunities and pipeline. We talk about this a lot, pipeline over everything. Well, if that pipeline isn't being distributed evenly and where it's supposed to go, you lose out on revenue and it kills morale. So our show rates, especially on outbound, were very low pre-Chili Piper. What I love with Chili is how well I can customize the reminders, where it's not just, hey, looking forward to chatting on Thursday. No, you can put in the fields and drop things in and make it sound very personal and well thought out and who it's coming from and all those things. So my AEs can remind people before the meeting. So that helped bring show rates up in a big way. I think we were hovering around 50-ish% show rate on outbound. Now we consistently are above 70%. And I think Chili Piper is a part of that. I review my tech stack every single year. What's kept me with Chili Piper is the uniqueness of the different features and how they all work together, right? Yes, I can go get a calendar button. All right, I can go do that, but then I'm gonna lose out on all the different routing opportunities I have with my queues. All right, well, I can get a round robin type tool, but then I'm losing out on the quick link, quick drop buttons into my outreach sequences, and I still don't have an online booking tool. Okay, I can go into an outline booking tool, but that outline booking tool doesn't link to my queues. So yeah, they can book it there, but I can't control where people are going based off what they filled out. I do think people misunderstand what Chili Piper is. It's not just an orange booking button. The control that you have around where those meetings are going and how they are showing up, I haven't found anything that compares to it. Honestly, there's demo requests, which are high intent. They are asking to speak to someone. They want to speak to someone. I want them to speak to an AE. They don't want to do, SDR to AE. But then for some of my warmer leads, right? So some of the downloads or webinar leads, those ones are, being booked to an SDR, right? Of and putting time on an SDR's calendar. So my SDR, just imagine waking up and seeing a prospect put time on your calendar. That's the feeling right there. We're oh, that was amazing. And that can just happen in the background. Another good use case is, we have different queues based off size, even for outbound, where we were sending some of the larger opportunities to some of our more senior reps. We saw an increase in overall close rate there because those are the ones that were supposed to be handling it. And it's nice to be able to have that control where, maybe a brand new rep doesn't trip into a mid-market or enterprise deal just because they were next on the list. So that's also provided a lift. It's just better fairness, less, bickering over things like that. But also a little bit more control where you can drive the types of deals where you want to drive them. There are certain things where, with products where, you can wonder if it's worth it or wonder if you should. This is a no-brainer. And honestly, I think when people hem-haw over doing it, they're overthinking it. I can almost guarantee you do not have a process in place that does all the things that Chili Piper does. Can borderline guarantee it. And if you do have a process in place, it's probably piecemealed with 3 or 4 different things, and you're missing out on functionality, and it's overcomplicated. This is a no-brainer product.